Hey guys, it's been about a week since my last video and we've had some ups and downs in the garden since then. The cucumbers are really taking off, ready to harvest some of them today actually. And some downs, the pumpkins have kind of stalled out as far as production, and some of them kind of seem like their growing has kind of slowed down. So I'm going to try to prune one of the plants and see if we can't get the pumpkins to grow a little bit bigger before they mature and stop growing completely. And a couple of the other pumpkin plants that I planted later are starting to kind of take off, so we'll see if we can get some more pumpkins out of them before the end of the season. And so I'll take you around the patch and see what's going on. We'll start back here with what I call the original pumpkins, or the struggle pumpkins. This plant has this one really big pumpkin that is growing really well. It's starting to vine and grow possibly some more pumpkins, but I'm not sure. I think this one's not gonna make it, but that's okay. This guy is starting to vine really good and get some buds towards the end of the vines. And then over here, this guy is starting to vine and grow some pumpkins that I think might actually take and turn into pumpkins, so that's good. I'm hopeful about that. Hopefully they will grow. And here are the cucumbers, which we will harvest some of them today. I did some research on YouTube, of all places, about when to harvest cucumbers, and it seems like now's the time. If you harvest them before they're completely mature, they will continue to grow. But if you let them ripen, then the seeds mature and the plant stops growing completely. So it's about 4 or 5 in here that look about this size that I'll harvest. In fact, harvest this guy right now. Got him there. I forgot my shears at home. So we'll use some office scissors, don't tell anyone. And there's our first cucumber of the season. Looks pretty good, and I'm excited to take it home, turn it into some salad, maybe some pickles, and enjoy it. So that's awesome. And going over here, this plant, these same 3 pumpkins are growing. This is the one that's kind of stalled out. The pumpkins don't seem to be growing that fast, and the plant, as you can tell, is kind of struggling. And then over here, this plant, this one had a ton of buds on it, but the only 1-2 pumpkins that are growing are these guys, which are doing really well. This one had so many buds that I thought were going to turn into pumpkins, but they all kind of died off. So I did some research about pruning pumpkins, and so this plant I'm going to try to prune back and to see if we can get these pumpkins to grow big. I don't think I'm going to get any more pumpkins out of this particular plant, because every time it does, the buds turn into that. So that's kind of a bummer. So Gardener Scott is one of the videos that I watched. He says to prune back the tertiary vines, some of the secondary vines, all of the fruit that didn't take, and even the flowers. So we'll try to do that. I think this vine, I don't want to prune it too close to the pumpkin, because that'll stress out the plant, and I don't want it to die, so I want to give it some space. So I'll trim it back right here and see if that works, so the plant can direct its energy back to the pumpkins and grow. This vine here isn't growing any pumpkins either, so we'll cut that one there. And this is just an experiment to kind of see what happens with some novice pruning. I might take off the flowers that didn't take here and here, and some of the other ones, so that the plant stops directing energy to those. And hopefully these pumpkins here and there will grow. And these two pumpkin plants here were the last ones to get planted, and they're starting to really take off. So hopefully we can get some more pumpkins even if it is later in the season. You can see this main vine looking real good, and potentially a pumpkin there. So we'll see, depending on how the pruning goes. I might kind of temper my expectations and keep these plants from getting so huge, and so that the main pumpkins can grow big. You can see this guy here only has one pumpkin really close to the main vine, and it is huge. It's turned into the biggest pumpkin we have. But I thought we'd get a couple more pumpkins here. You can see this flower died, so we'll take that off. And back here, this one didn't make it either, so we'll be careful and we'll cut that one off. And again, when I check in a couple weeks, we can see how this pruning actually worked. And then last but not least, I'll take you over to the cantaloupe. You can see we're passed by the watermelon. They've just started, doing really good. Again, it's so late in the season, we'll see what happens. But over here, the cantaloupe, we've got a couple little buds right here and here that I think are going to turn into cantaloupes. So we'll keep an eye on these guys and see how they grow, see what happens there. But that's it for now. Thanks for watching. Check in a week or two and see what happens. Thanks.